Well,
Should we tell the story of Taco Bell? It's not that great,
it's not that great,
but it's kind of funny.
it was interesting.
We went to Taco Bell today, and this guy's like, "You want the number 14? Beef or chicken?" And we were like, "Beef," and he's like, "We don't have beef."
Yeah.
and then he was like, "All right, let me read the order back." He's like, "Number 14, you want beef, right?" And I was like, "I thought you didn't have beef." He was like, "That is correct, sir."
Yeah.
And I was like, "What?"
This guy was like multitasking. Must have been multitasking so much.
I was like, "Can I get an Arnold Palmer?" And he goes, "We don't have ice, so no, I can't do that." And
Yeah.
I was like, just put a half iced tea in, half lemonade in, no ice." He goes, "The lemonade is too acidic. We can't just do that." And I was like, did you
I
hear
know.
him say that?
I
was
did.
like, so if the lemonade's too acidic to put in iced tea, then is the lemonade too acidic to just drink on its own?
Mm-hmm.
That didn't make any sense. I was like, what the frim, dude?
Gotta move on. Gotta go on. Gotta move and go on. That's everyone's favorite song. Gotta move on. Oh, there's the ancient spring. That's exactly what I needed, dude.
Yeah, dude.
I needed the ancient spring.
Viagra.
What is that spring? All the
Oh!
ancient springs are the... You need some health.
Alright.
Now, where does he keep all these items on him?
Right in his ass.
Why would he do that?
In his ass.
But
Oh.
that's not meant for that.
It's right.
It's the eggs. Uh-oh.
the eczema. I'm an older man.
Right up in his A. Get out of the way. Out of service. Dang, they broke the system.
I didn't break the system.
Breaking it.
The system broke me.
Breaking. Dust it. Oh, make the cover. Cover girl.
It works?
Cover
That's what I
girl.
have to do?
I like his little radar picture.
He's funny. He's funny looking.
He's got the mohawk, but it's like not with gel. So it's like faux hawk, dude.
Dude, he skipped leg day.
Look
Look at his legs, dude.
Oh!
He looks like one of those people that you'd see in like a bar in SpongeBob with the mom tattoo.
Oh yeah, the salty spittoon. Out of fire.
That's
Out
these
of
guys.
your mind. I had a bowl of nails for breakfast. Yeah, so? Without any milk.
Right
Oh, right this way.
here.
Yeah. Oh, we
That's
got
right,
lucky as that.
girl.
Oh no!
It's okay. We have two more.
You have to catch that crap when you drop that crap. Catch the crap when you drop that crap. What are we? Some sort of casuals?
Casuals,
We're
dude.
some casuals.
The only games
I
I
don't
play-
know how to play this game. That means I'm not gonna try. Casual.
Is that me or is that Matthew?
That's both of you.
That's not how I act.
Oh god, I don't know how to, I've never played this game before. Let me never try to play this game. That's like saying I refuse to evolve as a human being. I'll get Matthew over here and be like, oh my god, if it's not maximum EDM, I don't give a fudge. Whoa!
Oh, no! We can't make Arnold Palmer. We don't have ice. The lemonade is too acidic. That was like so weird to me.
That was a
I
weird
was like-
sentence. And then like, because if it was me, I would have been like, oh, okay. Just because I don't want to challenge whatever he's telling me. But you were like, I think it'll be okay. Like, and then
Yeah.
and then he goes, okay. And then they actually did it.
Well, I thought about what he said. I was like, what the fuck are you saying right now? He's like, the lemonade is too acidic to put in the iced tea. I'm like, does it make some weird chemical mixture when they bind together? I don't... If you're serving lemonade, like just as lemonade, then it's like fine to mix with iced tea.
Mm-hmm.
But then he was like, I didn't fill it up all the way because the lemonade's so acidic when he like handed it to me.
Yeah, he said he put of like 30% lemonade, rest of it iced tea.
Yeah, and I was like, it was like not as sweet as it should be for an Arnold Palmer.
Mhm.
He was like, I don't even know. I was like, what the fuck, dude?
What are you, some casualism, gay cuck or something? Freaking snowflake libtard.
Dude, my boss is always like, yeah, like if I mess something up, it'd be like, it's amazing how you've been working here for this long and you can't even do that. And the other day, like my table ordered a fettuccine alfredo and I punched it in right,
Okay.
and he traded up a spaghetti. I was like, something's wrong, and I was like, who traded this up? And they were like, Brian traded up, and I was like, what the heck? I went in the back and I was like, Brian, I was like, they ordered a fettuccine alfredo. I was like, it's amazing how you've been our manager for so many years and you can't even trade up the right food. Krudonya!
I know a lot of Russian because I play games where I'm killing Russians all the time. In Call of Duty, my favorite game, not for casuals. Fortnite is for casuals, but Call of Duty, that's where the real men play, dude. There's freaking loot boxes all over the place, microtransactions. You get the freaking pistol grips with the girls on the side of it, and then you can't even see it because my hand is covering the pistol grip when I'm playing the game anyway. Good thing I got all pistol grips in the loot box.
Oh.
You know?
Tell us how you really feel. How do you feel about the loot box system?
Dude, I hate so much about the video game community like now. It's because of pop culture. It's because casuals dictate what developers focus their efforts on. Because there's more of them than there is of hardcore gamers that actually
Did I pass a
pay
cannon?
attention. No, I don't think so. The fact that casuals love the loot boxes and the microtransactions because they're willing to pay up on those things and they don't really see the destructive trend of loot boxes in their games.
I think they do, but they've just accepted this is how they're going to run their game now.
I mean, but that's something where a customer accepts a lower standard just because.
No, you're right.
And they shouldn't accept that lower standard. And it sucks because for so long, other video game like personalities that I like to listen to about video games have stated that Colin Moriarty is one of them. I will always love Colin Moriarty, even though I don't agree with everything he talks about. But he says that people don't have the testicular fortitude to vote with their wallets, because that's what you have to do in order to change the minds of corporations.
Yeah, the issue is that like it works for phone games, and like they weren't gonna change it because they put systems in that made it so you had to pay. Or you had to wait.
It was either because when a game has loot boxes in it, the game is naturally designed to be harder and over a longer grind, so that the loot boxes look more enticing.
Yeah.
Because it's a shortcut, and you're either gonna play for 40 hours and then finally unlock that one hero, or you pay, I don't know, however much money it is for a bunch of the loot boxes for a chance to get that hero.
Yeah.
Right away. And that's not even a guarantee. I mean, I can understand if it was a little shop and it's like, oh, you give me $10 in real life, and then you can get 100,000 credits in the game, and then you get to go to the shop in the game and purchase the specific thing you want. But that's not how it is anymore. It's about loot boxes.
Yeah.
And it's so fun.
The thing was that with like independent developers on like phone games, like that's how they made their money. It was like the only thing they could really do to make their money.
No, and I understand it for a free-to-play game because that is their bread and butter. The game's free already.
Yeah, of course. And then I agree. That's where it's just like corporate greed really is. They're like, oh, well, this isn't enough money. Let's see how much we can suck out of these people.
And see, that's the thing that I don't understand too, is because the game is $60 and there's already microtransaction gameplay designed in there, like the loot box systems and stuff like that, and it's harder to earn credits in that game because the loot boxes exist. So that sucks already for your $60 game which you paid for. And then some people will defend these loot boxes by saying, well, these corporations, like this company, like EA needs more money because games are expensive to make today. That's their argument, right?
But games aren't that expensive to make today.
The thing is that every step that can be taken to save a penny is already being taken. There's already tax loopholes that these corporations go when they print their discs, when they're when they're developing their game. So, like they'll
wait, plot.
Oh,
yeah, I'm actually really invested in this game, so
do it.
This is our big chance. Yeah.
Is this thing made out of mechanical parts?
Yeah. So this game is set 10,000 years in the future after one of the timelines.
Oh.
And the official like word from the developers is it's really annoying, honestly. They said when asked when this takes place, because there's 3 different timelines. Did you know that? After Ocarina of Time,
okay,
it splits into the child timeline where Link gets sent back as a kid, which goes into Twilight Princess, and then the adult timeline where Link leaves, he gets sent back as a kid, so he doesn't exist as an adult in that Zelda's timeline.
Okay.
And he ends up that ends up going into Wind Waker, where the Earth gets flooded in water, because that was how they had to seal Ganon when he came back, because Link wasn't there to stop him. And then there's the Hero Fails timeline, which is basically where they put all the old games that didn't really have a plot. They couldn't find a place for them, so they just made a whole new timeline for it.
Yeah. You know what's cool is in Metal Gear Solid 3, There's a portion where you go into a cave after a bunch of hornets attack you. Snake jumps into this cave and it's pitch black. And if you don't have a torch, you're basically screwed. But if you stand in this cave and wait long enough, Snake's eyes adjust to the darkness and then you can see.
Really?
Yeah, and that was a PS2 game.
That's pretty cool. They always did some cool kind of stuff like that, like where you had to make yourself throw up if you got poisoned and things like that. Like, I always thought that was pretty rad.
Yeah, there's a portion where you get put in jail, and if you make Snake throw up, then the guard will come in and check on you, and then you can knock the guard out. Metal Gear Solid 3, I will say, is probably the most creative out of the entire franchise. Metal Gear Solid 2 is probably the scariest in terms of its message at the end. Metal Gear Solid 1 is just an action flick, and Metal Gear Solid 4 is fan service, and Metal Gear Solid 5 is gameplay focused.
Dude, I have an issue with how much I love fan service. I don't know what it is.
You talking about girl fan service or like?
Yeah.
Oh, okay, because that's not what I mean with Metal Gear Solid 4.
Oh, what do you mean?
Metal Gear Solid 4's fan service. It comes from hardcore. Like, it's a love letter to the hardcore fans, where it just it reintroduces all the old characters from the other games that you haven't seen in forever, and you're like, remember this guy? Remember this guy? And then there's like battles between iconic characters that used like from old games and stuff, and then the final battle.
Oh, okay.
The final battle in that game is pure. I personally love the crap out of that final boss fight. A lot of people make fun of it, but it's definitely a love letter to the fans with that final boss fight. Because 4 was supposed to be the end. I mean, technically Metal Gear Solid 2 was supposed to be the end, but he got pressured into working on 3, and he wanted to stop after 3. And then he got pressured into working on 4, and he wanted to stop after 4. And then he got pressured into working on 5, and he got fired after 5.
Really?
So now he can't make any more, even if he wanted to.
The Sheikah Slate. Zelda's iPhone. I think it's so funny. Like, I like the Sheikah Slate. It is a good... There's definitely a good touch to the game, but it's so funny that they just gave Link an iPhone.
I mean, if it's 10,000 years after...
the world is still like medieval and stuff like that.
I know, but these monsters are definitely not.
Yeah, the lore is that, remember the Sheikah people like Impa? Oh no, wait, we never played that game. Never mind.
I know of the race.
Oh, okay. Well, the Sheikahs created all this to fight against Ganon, but now Ganon has taken control of all these things.
Of course.
Yeah, Ganon isn't in his Gerudo form in this game either. In every game except for in the Hero Fails timeline, he has a Gerudo form. But in the Hero Fails timeline, he doesn't even bother taking his Gerudo form. He just stays in his demon form, basically. And so that's one of the reasons why I think that this game is at the end of the Hero Fails timeline. But the reason why I think it's a convergence is because there's creatures that existed only in Wind Waker in this timeline. Okay, so the Zora. Remember the Zora? The blue people? We got a mask that turned us into the Zoro.
Yeah,
Zora, I don't know.
Zora.
Basically, like, in Wind Waker, they evolved into the Rito. Which is so funny because they're water creatures, and then the entire world gets flooded in water, and they didn't want to stay in water, so they didn't want to evolve to salt water, so instead they evolved into birds.
The Zoras are birds now.
In Wind Waker, they evolved into birds.
Oh.
But in Twilight Princess, they stayed Zora because the world didn't get flooded and they didn't need to evolve. But in this game, the Rito and the Zoro exist in this game, which makes me think it's a convergence.
The argument that they need these microtransactions because they're not making enough money is like the furthest thing from the truth, and people don't seem to realize that is.
Oh, of course, it's like the furthest thing from the truth. Yeah, of course it is.
Like, yeah, they make plenty of money through the tax loopholes that they've got. The fact that they reuse assets on their sequels anyway, they're making plenty of money.
Yeah. So
that argument is kind of a moot point.
Moot. Can you define that word for me?
Yeah. Meaning doesn't matter because I said so. It's moot.
Yeah, well, EA is like known for being assholes, right?
Yeah, they won the award for the worst company in America, I think twice in a row.
That's the award they won?
There's an award for that, yeah.
Worst company in America.
For like crappy business practices and stuff like that, you know?
Yeah.
And so it's so funny when I watch like some of my favorite YouTubers tear them apart because they'll put up interview videos of like the executives at EA being like, we're doing what's best for the player.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah,
and
yeah.
it's just like, oh my god, dude.
I'm gonna figure this out, dude. We're gonna do it together.
Figure it out, getting girl in the hood.
I'll say it.
Kick
Can you
it.
smell the beef?
Avril-
Feel it.
Avril Lavigne is so hot. When I see her at the store, I think she's so good looking.
Oh!
Whoa!
There's the ball.
You're just staring at it.
Yeah, seriously.
You can't like aim it and then light it on fire, walk with it, and then.
Oh yeah, I could do that, huh? I just don't know if I could do that. I don't have any actual arrows right now.
Where do you get arrows?
Oh, I have 5.
Oh,
Okay.
Boom, son!
Nice, dude.
I'm here to play the game. You look so lame. We did it, guys. We did it.
This is called the Tired Cast.
What are you talking about?
Wait, plot.
Whoa. The purple mist is red, and then it dissipates in anticipation.
Narrate this whole thing.
As a heart flutters down from the ceiling in front of our hero, who stares longingly, and then it's a black screen. Heart container! It's only one extra heart?
Yeah.
That's gay, dude.
That's
all of that, you get one heart?
And I get more.
Oh.
Yeah, you'll see.
Thank you, spirit. I shall.
Stupid. I shall.
It's a good thing that Link is still a silent protagonist. They can see him? I thought he's a spirit.
Well, yeah, he's a spirit, but they can see him.
Yeah! Woo!
We did it! All 4 of the divine beasts.
Divin Bist Cave.
I have all my abilities.
The
I have
Divin
16
Bust Cave,
hearts,
dude.
Six.
I go down to the Divin Bust Cave and I slay all the ladies down there, dude. Dude, you have 35,000 rupees?
Yeah,
How does that happen? And why aren't you spending anything?
I am.
And how come you have body parts of horses in your backpack? What the frick is happening here?
They're saddles.
Oh.
It's not the horse.
You cut the head of the horse off and then you just stuffed it in your back. I could use this for later. That's your Divin Biscuit. We're Kakariko Village and stuff. And then we made sure to catch the lizard off guard. And we infiltrated the vicinity. His personal vicinity. We got some story mode action there. Smash that like button for me. You know? And then... don't you dare smash that dislike button. Because if you do, Frankie's personally gonna find your way. And he's gonna shove his Divin Beast Cave horses that he keeps in his backpack. And it's gonna be very rough. What's this called? Taloneg Shrine?
I don't know. I think you just threw a bunch of letters.
Taloneg! That's kind of racist, man.
That's what I'm saying, dude.
Bye.
A little bit on the racist side. Bye, everybody.